love to slow it down and then set it up. What was your favorite half-court play, for instance?
Oh, wow. Well, for me, it's a play called turn 4 or 5. And depending on if I was the 4 or the 5, that means that you have a guard come out. He spins out. He comes out on the wing, and he throws it into you. And then it's your job to go to work or to find a double team. So it's almost like being that point forward off the box. So any play that was called for myself in the half court, you know, was my favorite play.
Right. I can see the play in my mind right now as you're describing it, actually. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. P.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in its small forward. Now Murray. After Westbrook's missed three, Murray with it. Westbrook picks him up. At the elbow, it's Aldridge. And the officials call a traveling violation. Now, here is Harden. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
Well, sometimes it just looks unfair with the way Harden can create space. And then, Chris, he'd get that shot off.
Come on, Kev. It's just sick. His step-back jumper is a thing of beauty. I'm not talking about his almost travel double step back, just his regular one. I mean, he has so many tools to create space with his footwork, and he makes the most out of what you give him.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And the foul called on the Houston Rockets. The Spurs shooting their first free throws of the game. And that one falls for LaMarcus Aldridge.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And it's sent back by Aldridge. Westbrook against Murray. And plenty of contact on the shot. So, two free throws coming up. And Houston gets called for the foul.
2 shots.
And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's. Greg, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point. When it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
Rudy Gay's checked in for San Antonio. Derek White comes in for Bryn Forbes. And then for Houston, Green comes in for P.J. Tucker. And Eric Gordon subbed in for Daniel House.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, GA, I mean, great look. High percentage shot. That's the efficiency you're looking to establish.
Westbrook, Covington trying to break free, and the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
I'm not sure what he thought he could get away with there. Pretty clear over the back.
Yeah, Gia, he thought he could snake over the top on that one, but that play more often than not gets called.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Aldridge. Bellinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mills in for Murray. The Rockets also changing it up. Damari Carroll's checked in for Robert Covington. McLemore has come in for James Harden. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's White. It's hauled in by Gordon. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Now Gay. From deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that does it for the first quarter. Spurs lead by 4. Live from the AT&T Center in... Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about...
It's all about not making mistakes.
And Greg, nowadays, it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Well, governing the split of second chance opportunities, Jay, I mean, that's what has them in the lead after one.
Bellinelli is out there with Rudy Gay. And it's Mills. Then there's Derek White. And it's Pirtle in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the San Antonio 5. Some great ball handling in this game. Chris, we see it all the time. Of all of them, whose crossover impresses you the most right now?
Oh, right now, okay. Man, you got to go out to wherever Kyrie Irving is. And first of all, his handles are
great handle, right?
Oh, his handles are sick. Don't forget about Curry, because Curry can shoot so well. Sometimes we sleep on his handles. And John Wall with the speed, it's no way you can stop John Wall coming full speed at you. He can cross you over left and right or right without even blinking, and you'll just be standing still, stuck, not even realizing he laid the ball up past you already.
In the corner, it's McLemore over Bellinelli. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from McLemore.
That's the kind of player McLemore is. He is always thinking of shooting as soon as he gets the ball off the pass.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Westbrook against Aldridge. We've got 1:13 left now here in the second. And it's Westbrook missing. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level 6-man for the rest of his career. And they're very lucky to have the lead after that terrible shooting in the first quarter. But they've rounded into form here in the second and have brought that field goal percentage up.
Harden the pass to Westbrook. All sorts of time. That's good on the jump shot.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
Westbrook against Murray. He dishes it to Aldridge, and the shot goes in. Aldridge has got 7 points.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Westbrook. Aldridge with some nice D.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
From deep three-point range, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's San Antonio. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game, great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
As impressive as the block totals are from him early on, they don't even tell the whole story. He's changed countless others.
Yeah, Jay, the blocks are impressive, no doubt, but his intimidation factor actually prevents certain shots from ever being taken at all.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker, and it's House in at the small forward position. 6 to shoot. DeRozan with it. Westbrook picks him up. That one goes. Count it. DeRozan's got the first field goal of the second half for the Spurs. High post shot. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from Westbrook.
Well, when you draw this much attention from the D, you know someone's bound to be left open, and Harden finds it. Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half.
And most fans think of the Rockets as offense only, but that's not the case at all.
No, GA, I mean, they force a good amount of turnovers, and they trap pretty well. I mean, the defense has been solid for them the past few years, if you ask me. Nothing mind-blowing, but this team is certainly not one-sided. And it's clear that the Beard is a special player, a clutch performer. He loves to play the game of basketball.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Aldridge. Gay comes in for Lyles, and it's White in for DeJounte Murray. And then for Houston, Damari Carroll's checked in for Robert Covington. Gordon comes in for Daniel House. And it's Ben McLemore in for Russell Westbrook.
Well, he doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
Harden against White. It's Harden with the drive. Another miss by Houston.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboards.
Pirtle kicks to Forbes. Gay outside, takes the three. The rebound by Harden. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Rockets. Trailing here by 8. Took him no time at all on that one. Harden's got 6.
Wow, Kevin. I mean, we all marvel at the offensive game of Harden, don't we? I mean, he's excellent at taking advantage of these in-between spots on the floor.
Pass to White. Down low. Here's Gay. The Rockets pull it in.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
And how about the unselfishness of Carroll? You know, he's not hunting shots, just making winning plays.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's White. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Spurs lead by 5.
They lost their edge on D here in the second half. I mean, far too passive. They're not dictating the pace anymore.
And it's good. 2 points. 8 points for James Harden.
Oh, well, that's tricky. Trying to stop Harden without fouling, that might be one of the most difficult tasks in sports.
Here's White, and the rejection by Harden. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Spurs out in front, up 3. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for San Antonio. Lyles out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Bellinelli. Then there's Murray. And it's Walker in at the 2 guard. Here's Murray. It's deflected and out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Here's Westbrook. Rivers against Walker. Rivers dishes to Gordon. Rebound San Antonio. Lyles got 4 rebounds in this game. Rivers against Walker. That's tipped. Here's Lyles. That one misses. Rockets trail by 5. And Westbrook, here we go. And finished off by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Murray against Westbrook. Count it, good.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. It's Rivers on the wing. Outside Westbrook. Back to Gordon. Shot clock at 5. Murray against Westbrook. Walker with the rebound. Spurs leading by 5. That shot missing. Gordon with the defensive effort. Walker against Westbrook. In transition, here comes San Antonio. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. He gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Bellinelli. And then for Houston, Daniel House comes in for Gordon, and James Harden subbed in for Austin Rivers.
Oh, man, there's no denying that Harden nails these shots all the time. Love how he just takes over these possessions.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're up by 4. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, LaMarcus Aldridge.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. He was measured in his words. He told his players, look, we're doing a lot of good things out there, really good things. Stay confident and stay positive in your approach. Trying to keep their hopes up, Kevin.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
The three from Harden. The rebound by the Spurs. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Jumping on the chance to up their lead at the line.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 6. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
There's still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, right now it's technically a 2-possession game, but that means you'll have to hit 2 threes without your opponent scoring again.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're behind by 8. 11 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And here's McLemore. Chandler finds Rivers. The Rockets again can't hit.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. He's trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
And so it's the Spurs with the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. LaMarcus, your game has evolved. Started as a finesse player, and now you have a lot more inside aggression. How did you get more comfortable down low?
It just takes time. You know, I got stronger every year, got better every year. You know, when I was younger, I wasn't strong, but now I'm much stronger. I'm much older now.
And a veteran who gets it done. Thank you, LaMarcus. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.